how's it going, my fellow geeklings? My name is Scott Anthony Christie, the Auburn Phoenix, and you are listening to the Tea Stories podcast. For those of you who've watched my Tea Stories videos in the past, you will notice that my last Tea Stories video was turned into a podcast format. Now, the reason I wanted to do this is literally because I feel with a podcast you can just sit back, relax, or even if you're on the go, you have something to listen to just to get you through your journey. Like, say now, if you're on the motorway driving, you can listen to this on the radio, or you can listen to this on your phone, on YouTube. Hell, if you're on a bus, a train, a plane, whatever you are, you can listen to some quirky Welshman telling you some sort of bonkers story from his life. And today's story is literally even more bonkers than usual because it includes travel, it includes bank holidays, and it includes a lot of twists and turns, and that has nothing to do with the way the bus was driving. For those of you who live in Great Britain, we will all be aware that this past weekend was bank holiday. And for those of you who aren't living in the United Kingdom, you're probably wondering, what is a bank holiday? And to be honest, I've been living in Britain all my life, and I can't even sum up what a bank holiday is. On Friday evening, I had an email from my agent, LCM Management, and if you're an actor yourself, I highly recommend checking them out, guys. Go on Facebook, Twitter, or even just go on Google and type in LCM Management. I had a message from my agent, basically asking me, could I be in London on the 27th of August, bank holiday, for a commercial audition. Now, instantly, I thought to myself, that's going to be a bit difficult, isn't it? I mean, traveling on bank holiday, that won't end well. But literally, I said to myself, you know what? I gotta go for it. It's an audition. It's a commercial. I gotta go. So I said to him, put me down for it and I will sort myself out. And that's what I did. As soon as I confirmed the audition with my agent, I literally got on National Express, had a look. To my surprise, they were running really regularly, because usually when you think about bank holiday, it usually results to like Sunday hours where like everything tends to shut off like at 4 o'clock, or even like they cut off all of the transport because like bank holiday, there's nobody working, all that sort of stuff. But again, I don't really know how bank holidays work. All I know is people just drink and spend money. That's all I know about bank holidays. Whenever I have to audition, I usually have to get up at like a ridiculous time. I have to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to get into Swansea like for 6 o'clock and get the train to be in London for like about 12 or 1 o'clock. This audition wasn't happening till 5:10, so that was good for me, so I could have a little rest. And no word of a lie, if I didn't have that rest, I think I would have been worse for wear than what I was. But I'll get to that in a minute. To start the journey off, it was 40 minutes late getting into London. Now, that's not a big problem for me because, like I say, bank holiday can be a busy period. But again, I don't know about that. But like, I just assumed maybe traffic was bad or whatever. So I didn't hold it against the company for being late. But what I was worried about was that now meant I had less than an hour to get from Victoria Coach Station to Moorgate Station, which is essentially like a 20 to 25 tube journey. And that was stressing me out a little bit. And you got to remember, I'm a little old Welshman. Well, I say old, I'm 25, but I act like an old man. And me trying to get round the tube station is absolutely funny as hell, because I have no idea how it works. Even when you look at the maps, it's like there's so many different entrances, and no word of a lie, I felt like I was in Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, because remember the scene in The Mines of Moria where Pippin alerts like all of the goblins and orcs? Literally, I felt like Gandalf just saying, they are coming. And literally, all these people were just like hurtling towards me, and I thought, help me! But like, I managed to figure it out in the end. I managed to get on the tube, get to the right station, and luckily the audition wasn't that far from the station. For those of you who are an actor or a performer, you will know how a commercial audition goes. But for those of you who don't, this is the usual format of a commercial audition. Basically, you will get there, you will sign out a form like basically like giving out your details, your manager's details, and basically some like measurement details and all that sort of stuff. Basically so they can keep you on reference. And then they'll take a photo of you. You'll go into the audition. You will hold up your name on a piece of paper. You will say your name. You will look at the camera. You will look from side to side. Put the paper down. Your hands go up. And then you show them both sides of your hands. And if you're lucky, you will have to do an improvised scenario. And this is what happened to me. Because like sometimes there have been auditions I've been to where literally that is all you do. Like you show them your face, you show them your palms, you show them like your hands. And then that's all they need. It's essentially like you're going to give them a 3D headshot. Or like a moving image. That is essentially what you do sometimes. But I had to do a improvised scenario, which was basically me on the Titanic, and for some reason Google Maps was invented back in 1912, or whenever the Titanic set sail. And I was just like, okay, fair enough. But now that the audition was over, I was in there for less than 5 minutes, and it's 5:15, and my coach journey isn't until 8 o'clock, so I've got some time to kill. But I want to get back to Victoria because, obviously, like I said, Welshman on a tube, I have no idea how you work, mate. But then I get into Victoria, I have a little look around, and little thing I will just say quickly is I was looking around, and there's 2 theatres. There's the Victoria Apollo, and I think the other one is the Victoria Palace. The Victoria Palace is the one showing Hamilton, and Apollo is showing Wicked, which is based on The Wizard of Oz. And as I was walking past both of these theatres, I stopped for a minute, but when I got to the one with the Wicked, I looked at the banner, I looked at all the posters, I looked at the entrance, and I literally said to myself, out loud, not giving a damn, that's going to be me one day. Not saying to it anyone in particular, I just pointed, and I said, that is going to be me one day. It really is. And then I walked away. There must have been like a lot of English people just like walking around. It's like, what on earth is he doing? They must have just thought I was mental, which they're not wrong. But hey ho. I still have at this point 2.5 hours maybe left to kill. So I sit in a coffee shop. I read my comic, which is The Walking Dead Volume 2. And I'm really enjoying it. It's a good little read. It's about 7 o'clock now. And I'm right opposite the coach station. I think to myself, I'll go in now because the buses for 7 o'clock would have left. I'll be able to sit down, I'll be at the front of the queue, and I'll be able to nab myself a good seat. However, it was like being in a massive camp of people because all of the buses were running at least an hour late. And I was like, what on earth is going on? Literally, there was like an announcement for like the mega bus before my bus in the same bay. And they were saying, right, this 7 o'clock service is now delayed until 7:15. And people were like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then eventually it got to the point where it's like, this 7 o'clock service will not be arriving until 5 to 8. And everyone was like, what? What is going on? It's like, oh boy. And I was like, oh no, this is not going to end well. And that was just the start of it, my friends. Because when my bus was eventually scheduled to get in, mine didn't get in till 8:15. I know 15 minutes isn't a major thing, so I just passed that off again. But we didn't leave Victoria Coach Station until 25 to 9. And I thought to myself, right, I'm going to be a bit late. And that's going to mean I'm not going to be able to get a lift from anyone in my family. But so I thought, okay, I'll get a taxi home. So didn't think nothing of it. And no word of a lie, 20 minutes in to our bus journey, we break down. The bus breaks down, and the bus driver even tells us that this bus is only a month old. It's a brand new bus, and it's broken down. I'm like, what? What on earth are you talking about, mate? Come on. Oh, no. And literally everyone was like either in shock or laughing or just very frustrated. I was just there trying to make light of it. Like I was just talking to like random passengers and like just making a joke. I'm like saying, it's like, I wonder if Wallace and Gromit have to put up with this on bank holiday. And I literally thought to myself, oh goodness gracious me. We had to wait for 2 different buses because the first bus could only get 20 people out of the 36 passengers who were on my bus, and then we had to wait for another bus. Like, I wasn't one of the 20 people who got to go on the first bus. I laughed because the bus driver on the first bus basically shouted, "Are there any women and children wanting to get on the bus?" And I turned around and I said, it's like, mate, you're the National Express, you're not the fucking Titanic. And I thought to myself, I was like, what is this? Like, really? I was like, I literally thought to myself, oh, don't even start anything, because I was tired, I was knackered, I was hungry, my phone was dead, and I thought, oh my god, this is absolutely terrible. But then, eventually, after an hour of waiting, the second bus gets in. But then we find out, as we get on the bus, this bus isn't going to Swansea. We had to get to Bristol, then we had to change there. And there was just no confirmation or reassurance, and it was just like, what on earth is going on? Come on, I just want to get home now. And we get into Bristol about 12 o'clock, midnight now. So it's no longer bank holiday, it's Tuesday morning. And we're all just waiting. Even the bus driver's like, literally not panicking, he's more frustrated at the fact head office just isn't like getting back to him or giving him like actual details. After 15 minutes, they call him and they say, we can't send another bus out. And I'm like, are you joking? And literally, there was like 2 girls who were like worrying because they actually thought they were going to be homeless for the night. And I was just there saying to them, it's like, look, they can't leave us like this. They will provide something. Even if it's like a horse and carriage, they will provide it. Then it gets to 12:30. We find out that they are sending taxis for us. And, okay, like, I was grateful for the fact, like, they were trying to work out a way to get us home because they couldn't send out any more buses. But here's the thing. When I've been sat down for so long, my back tends to flare up, and I don't know why this is. When I'm sat down in the same position for quite some time, my back is just in agony. Like, I feel like I can't walk, I feel like I've been bumping on concrete. That is how bad my back was getting. And obviously, when you're on a bus, you can get up and walk around. But when you're sat in a taxi with 6 other people, you can't walk around. So literally, from Bristol all the way to Swansea, 20 to 1 in the morning, my back is throbbing, and I'm like, oh my god. I literally thought my spine was trying to push its way out of my body. I thought to myself, oh, this is the worst pain I have ever had. And literally, at first I thought it was because I was training for wrestling the day before, but literally I thought to myself, no, that can't be it, because I would have been in pain as soon as I woke up. But literally, I was just in so much pain. It was so uncomfortable. And then as soon as I get into Swansea, I am literally hunched over like Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That is how bad I was. And there was a guy who lives quite near me, luckily enough, and we shared a taxi. We were back in Swansea about 20 to 2. And then I finally get home. It's nearly 2 o'clock, or maybe like, no, even 2:30, I think it was, because the taxis, again, I lost track at this point. The worst thing of all, I get into bed and I'm finally starting to drift off, but my back just starts throbbing because of all the time it's been throbbing in the taxi, on the bus, and I just could not get comfortable, and I did not get to sleep until 3:30 in the morning. And then I wake up at 10 o'clock the same day, or the same morning, and I'm literally dead. I can't even stand up. My eyes are glazed over. I'm literally aching. I am tired. I'm confused. And I'm like, I did all this for less than 5 minutes. And everyone was saying, oh my god, you are absolutely insane to go all that way for just that short amount of time. But I literally thought to myself, you know what? I'm glad I did it. I am glad I went through that to get into that audition room, because I could have easily just said, oh no, I'm sorry, I can't go because I'm doing something. But no, I thought, I've got to do this. I've got to push myself. And yeah, even though I went through all that, and even though we had all the breakdowns, all the mishaps, everything that went wrong, I can still say I went to audition for a commercial. And that's the thing. Like, if it didn't happen, this T-Stories video wouldn't be that pleasant to listen to, because it'd be very boring. It'd be like getting from A to B, but this is the thing. This is where storytelling excels. It's where it has twists and turns, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and everything like that. And oh my goodness. My body is still literally everywhere. It's Wednesday now. I don't think I've processed it in the right way. So, like, but again, so National Express, sort your buses out. Seriously. And of course, like, I know it was bank holiday and every bus service was having problems, but I literally thought to myself, what on earth have I got myself in for? The story of my journey to London on bank holiday Monday. So I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, guys. I hope you've enjoyed listening to hearing me talk about my troubles and talk about my mishaps and talk about the bus journey that seemed like it was from hell. But anyway, if you did like this podcast, guys, leave a like on the video, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. What is your opinion? Let me know, because I really want to update the quality of my content. And I'll keep doing videos because I enjoy them, and I do like the idea of doing this as a podcast, because to me it just feels much more relaxing than doing it as a video format. But until next time, guys, I've been Scott Anthony Christie, you've been listening to the T-Stories podcast, and I shall see you very, very soon.